Hey, so what I want to talk about today is the debate that happened between President Biden and former President Trump. Now, this isn't a political video, although it might seem like one. The big thing I want to talk about here is that when we look at President Biden and how he did,
making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
If that was a relative that you had around the dinner table, let's say at Thanksgiving, and they started to speak like that, you'd be like, Uncle Joe, are you okay? Do you need to see anybody? Are you seeing a doctor? That's what you would ask, right? Because if you love them, you want to make sure they're okay. Now, the more alarming thing for me was how his wife, Jill Biden, after the debate got done, was like,
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
this is somebody who, and I believe she loves him, but she's not being truthful with him, right? You're not holding somebody accountable, telling them the truth. You're basically enabling them. And that's more worrisome. Now, in my opinion, I've worked with clients who had dementia, Alzheimer's. And one of the things you see is that the later it gets on at night, which this debate was on at 9 p.m., they sundown, right? So they're not as sharp, whereas you're more sharp during the day. Now, regardless if it's Alzheimer's, if it's dementia, there was some cognitive decline. I think we all agree on that. But here's the big thing. When you have people in your life who you trust, or you have a coach, they're there to tell you the truth. They're there to hold you accountable. It's the same thing in weight loss. And we talked about this before. You can be a woman and love the way you look. But if you're on unhealthy weight, then somebody needs to tell you that, listen, you do look great, but beneficially, it'd be more healthy to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds. But that's why you need a coach who can be honest with you and tell you what you actually need to hear. Just having people in your life just say it's okay or not have your real best interest at heart is not what you want. You know, we're a little bit more alarming is that, like, if it's somebody you love, you need to nicely tell them the truth so they can make a change. Because if we don't acknowledge something, then we can't change it. Whether that's your health, relationships, whether it's something in life, it's always good to have that person in your back pocket who's going to tell you the truth. One instance of this was when recently John Bon Jovi was touring, I think a couple of years ago. His voice was going. He did a couple of shows, and then he kind of knew that his voice was going down. Towards the end of the tour, I think it was like a 10-city tour, he thought he was getting better. And he mentioned it to his wife, and his wife was, no. Actually, it wasn't better. That's what he needed to hear so he can make decisions that benefit himself and hopefully help his career. So again, having somebody in your back pocket, whether it's a coach, whether it's a family member who's going to tell you the truth, who's going to tell you what you need to hear so you can be the best version of you, is what we all really need.